face.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to play some Clash Royale, and this is King of the Hill, guys. This is that high level gameplay that you really love. This small introduction, Bobtherock is the guy who got a level 17 kill streak on my stream, so he decides, or he actually deserves to try and beat Surgical Goblin in the best of 5. Currently, Surgical Goblin is, to my knowledge, the most well-known pro player out there, so he is really no joke. The grand prize, again, if you've seen the video, it's 10 euros for the #1 spot. Let's jump right into some spectating. Surgical at the bottom and Bobtherock at the top. Let's see who's gonna fire off the first shot. Both of them very happy. Both of them are Dutch, so easy conversation in the clan chat. And there you go, first mistake I think is made by Bob, because the placement of the Inferno Tower is a little bit off in my opinion. And this is the reason why it's off, because the Royal Giant is not able to reach that. So he can shoot straight at the tower, and the Mega Minion clearing off everything behind and in front of the Royal Giant, which takes aggro of the right side tower. So first damage dealt is by Surgical, and it's almost 600 damage, 600 and something damage, so pretty good. But there's a counter currently. Ooh, that Ice Spirit got killed. Now there's gonna be one Hawk Swing, and there's 2 Hawk Swings. There you go. And the damage done is almost next even. It's 18 HP difference by Bobtherock, so he's doing pretty good. But now the archer on the left tower is chipping away still, so not that bad. Minions right on top of the archer. Fireball shutting down the Ice Wizard, pretty good stuff. And look at this, guys. Take notes, this is very impressive. This Hawk Rider didn't even get any scratch, but he lured away the minions from the right side tower. That was a pretty impressive gameplay. And again, the damage is next to even, 1700 both. So yeah, it's looking pretty good for both of them. The only big difference is because Bob is only able to play with 1 building, so, and the Royal Giant is able to shoot over the river, shutting down the Inferno Tower. So pretty good stuff. I was talking to Surgical Goblin after these battles, and he told me that he knows about Bob. He knows about his siege siege love. His siege. He's preferring to play siege decks. This is his anti-siege deck. So if Bob is listening, the next time go play something that you know how to counter with. In this case, you know, make an anti-counter count. You know, like the friend of my enemy is my enemy or my friend type of question. If that makes sense. Okay, so let's jump right into the footage again. Another fireball, and accidental minions were in the range of the minions, which is just some bad luck. And this is going to be a one big push, but unfortunately he has all the right troops stacked up, and it's next impossible to stop that. And there you go, he baited out another Inferno, and there you go, Royal Giant will shoot out of range, no problems. The Mega Minion will deal damage to the Inferno Tower and makes way for the Royal Giant, which is starting to fire away at that tower. There you go, 486 damage. There comes another Hawk Rider. Bob knows there's trouble. There's gonna be 1 Hawk Swing and a Fireball to finish it off. There you go, taking every damage with them. Minions and Ice Boy, both of them got. So there's 5, 4, 3, and this is not gonna work. Very nice, good game, well played, Surgical Goblin. Okay guys, so we're jumping right into replay number 2. Surgical Goblin is completely ready. Bob is also ready, but he is a little bit more quiet because yeah, he's down 1 game of course. And the Hawk Rider gets pulled by the perfect spot for a tombstone, because both towers shooting, and of course the skeletons will chip away at the Hawk Rider. So well played, Bob. This is, I think, his first mistake too, because he makes a easy fireball. It's 4 elixir trade, it's a negative elixir trade. But yeah, you get tower damage and you shut down archers pretty nicely. And there you go, he's doing the graveyard, but unfortunately Surgical Goblin has archers ready to deal with graveyard. And the graveyard in fact didn't do a single, didn't even scratch that tower a single time. There's still 2534 HP left. And there you go, Surgical makes his first, does the first damage. Unfortunately he cannot like zap these guys, but unfortunately for Surgical, the archers were able to reach his. Royal Giants locked onto the tower again. Very first push, look at this, almost 1,000 damage, a little less than 1,000 damage. Very impressive Surgical push. And yeah, it's mid-game, by the way, between those games. Surgical and Bob were talking a little, and both of them, or at least Bob, wasn't really happy with the way it was going, because he didn't really like the face of Royal Giant, which is pretty obvious. But this is very well played by Bob. He completely shut down that Hawk Mega Minion push with a Mega Minion of his own and a zap at the perfect spot. So well played. Surgical acknowledged it, so good stuff. So everybody's gonna reset again. Ice Spirit at the back. Royal Giant in front is gonna shoot out of range. The Royal Giant will shoot out of range of the tower, which is usually a bad thing. The fireball completely shuts down the archers, and the goblin, the Royal Giant gets chipped away at by the skeletons, but they were not able to stop the whole thing in time. So there you go. There's that goblin at the double elixir mark, almost at the double elixir mark. And Surgical knows what to do. He's gonna go full ham on the left lane so he can get the pressure going. That's mainly what you want to do if you want to shut down a golem tag. Don't go head on with Golem, guys. Golem is, as you guys know, he has the hardest hitting head possible. So don't go head on dealing with the Golem. That's almost, it's very hard to do if you don't have Inferno Tower. And there you go, look at all this damage. There you go, Bob is going ham. Look at this, 605 HP left. And now there's a log in common dealing with all the archers. 501 HP left. But there's only 20 seconds on the clock, and the Royal Giant is already locked onto the left tower. And there's another graveyard, but I don't think it's gonna do enough in time. Well, of course he's gonna take out the tower, but look at the left tower of Bobtherock. His tower is down to 1421 HP. So this really sucks, because yeah, you have only one building. It's a it's a low HP building. In this case, it's the graveyard. No, sorry, the tombstone. And it's gonna be very difficult to stop that. There you go. Golem will push back the Royal Giant. I was like, uh-oh, is Bobtherock actually gonna do it? But there you go, guys. There's a Hawk Rider in there, and there's so much troops out there, and Bob is doesn't stand chance. Although he had built up a very big push, he was unable to stop that Royal Giant. So 2-0 Surgical Goblin. GG, well played. And Bob just had to do a small deck switch. Yeah, and Surgical played like twice Royal Giant, so that's something has to run through the mind of Bob. Is what in the hell can I stop this guy with? So there you go. Bobtherock made a deck switch. Surgical again 2-0 actually, and there you go. Princess at the bridge, and his counter is Karmi. Very nice. That Hawk Rider will do no damage whatsoever. And he's got to get the pressure going, and yes guys, as you can tell, a lot of you guys will probably already know, it is a zap bait deck, so that's a very smart move by Bob. Currently ahead with the damage, but it's next to nothing. He needs to deal with this Mega Minion first. There you go. Very nice, but Surgical still has the exact same deck, so we already know what's gonna come. There you go, perfect stoppage with a single Ice Spirit, so that's 1 elixir for dealing with like almost, well, let's say 3 elixir, because there was a few minions who already were dying. And look at this, this is the perfect moment, just when the giant is in the back. It's gonna take so much damage to stop, and you can only stop it when you have, the archers should have already stopped it, but he's gonna wait until the Royal Giant is in range. There you go, perfect. Look at his damage, 7, 13, 74, pretty good. But he unfortunately made the Inferno Tower locked onto the Royal Giant, so this is completely getting shut down. The damage is next to nothing. He's gonna big push on the opposite lane, and it worked. So he's shutting it down. Inferno Tower is reaching to his Hawk Rider, so the Hawk Rider only got off 2 swings, so that's not a lot, but very well played. And there's a funky barrel, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, perfect. He's shooting it over, and the perfect spot to not get locked is right where Bobtherock placed it, so pretty good stuff. 1182, so there you go. Bob is doing very good. This is going to be a very interesting comeback, maybe. Let's see what happens. Hawk Rider, there you go. That's going to get shut down by the Princess. Let's see. Of course, the Knight is doing so much damage because his HP is ridiculous. There you go. The Royal Giant in the middle to tank the the archer, and Bobtherock did a very interesting thing here too, because he fireballs the Royal Giant, but it was because his cycle was off. So this was a perfect move. He's gonna do Inferno Tower, and right after it's gonna be Scar Me, but Surgical already had the log going, but he completely shut it down. Anyways, look at this, the Royal Giant didn't even touch him a single time. Very good stuff. So this is probably the best counter to his Royal Giant. That's just a Z-bait deck. It's very good. Look at the Princess will take care of the archers in the back. Royal Giant and Hog Rider both got into the range of the fireball. Wow, and look at this, Bob is behind again. How in the hell is Surgical doing this, man? He is a pro. He knows all, he has all the answers, and right now he's gonna deal with that with the Princess. There you go, Princess getting shot down by Mega Minion. Very nicely done. And here's a miner and a barrel, guys. This is so much pressure. How is Surgical gonna deal with that? He's gonna fireball the minions. And there's still a girl out there, the Princess, chipping away, and he shut it down again. Surgical with a perfect answer. Suffering some damage, but he couldn't do it any other way, but he made that one very, very nicely. He did that one very nice. And he's completely shut down that hog push. Very good. And now there's an even bigger push coming up. Fireball incoming, bam. Mega Minion is getting distracted by the miner. There you go, there's some chip damage, but the log is perfectly timed. There you go, Mega Minion dance. And look at that, Bobtherock is actually ahead with the damage. So this is going to be all about that one big push. And his Mega Minion battle, he lost it unfortunately. So Surgical knows there's trouble in here. He got the positive elixir trade with the Inferno Tower. This is going to be a hard one to pull off. The archer, the Princess actually is getting logged without not a single scratch on that tower. Mega Minion gets off a single shot. And there you go, that's a fireball to end it off. There you go, congratulations Bob. That's 2-1. Bob still down a single game, so very impressive. GG Bobtherock. So we're gonna jump into replay number 4 with the last battle. Bob doing amazing work with his Z-bait deck. And I actually, again, I talked to Surgical Goblin at the end, and he said the perfect Z-bait deck is just, it's very difficult to stop, man. You have to have Mirror, Zap, and Log in there to make that happen. So we're gonna go into replay number 4. Let's see, Surgical versus Bob. Again, let's see what these guys can do. Who's gonna start it off? Both of them still happy the game is still on. There you go, Bobtherock using a Barbarian Hood. And I kind of think you guys already know what's gonna happen. Bob making a small mistake, one tile too far to the front, so the Royal Giant will shoot over the river at the Barb Hut. This is gonna deal so much damage, it's insane. Completely getting it shut down. So a horrible start for Bobtherock. He still has 2 Barbarians that spawned out of that, but other than that, that's the only thing he did. But the Royal Giant actually doesn't do any damage on the tower, and there's a perfect fireball shutting down Hog Rider. Oh, not shutting down Hog Rider, shutting down archers. And getting some first damage on the tower, so very nice. 1777 damage dealt by, or HP left of the tower of Bob. And there comes Bob with a perfect push. Look at this, they got frozen. There you go, 1229, 965, 736. My goodness, Bob with a perfect fireball to a fireball minion, the Mega Minion and the Knight. So very good stuff. Surgical showing a happy face. He's trying to show off that it doesn't really bother him. But very, very impressive gameplay right here, Bob. Very, very nice. So let's see what the counter is. A Royal Giant in the back. Bob needs to cycle back to his kill card. Or not necessarily his kill card, but he has to cycle to his building. There you go. And he learned from his mistakes. It's one tile up. And depends on... if you look at a Bob's angle, it's the tower down. The tile down, so... And there you go, look at the HP of the Barb Hut. I'm not really sure what the highest HP building is, but I think the Barbarian Hut is right up there with the Bomb Tower and Expo, if I'm not mistaken. But very good. It's completely tanking the Royal Giant and the Hog Rider, so that's pretty impressive. And again, it doesn't look like there's a building to stop a Hog Rider, so that's going to be 1. And number 2, there you go, that damage on the bottom left is in fireball range, so Surgical needs to step up. Can he pull off a win at this moment or not? That's the big question. Royal Giant chipping away at the Barb Hut. There's so much stuff going on. Archers in the back getting logged away. Archers with almost 0 HP trying to kill the opposite archers. And the Barbarian Hut is still standing, guys. That's pretty insane. Surgical Goblin has to get the pressure going. There you go, the explosion. And oh, this is so much fireball bait. And he does fireball at the perfect spot. But unfortunately, the zap was a little bit too soon. So one musketeer lives. And look at this, that one muskie did so much work. He completely shut down that push. Well, not really shut it down, but oh man, this is crazy. 10 more seconds. Can Surgical pull this one off? Can he get that tower, the building actually down? It doesn't look like it. It looks like we have a perfect final, guys. 2 versus 2. Bobtherock. Congratulations, my dude. That's 2-2. So you're playing against Surgical. That really says something about your own gameplay, guys. Isn't that ridiculous? Good game and well played, Bob. Wow. This battle, this is that final moment. Perfect final, guys. Surgical versus Bob. Let's spectate. There you go. Bob on top with 2 wins. The same goes for Surgical at the bottom in the blue. Let's see who's gonna win this one. Of course, when you have Surgical Goblin in your clan, there will be confetti all over the place. So yes, and look at this, guys. We have a bowler on the field. Interesting, but look, the Hawk Rider knows how to sneak behind it and get some damage. And the first damage is dealt by the Hawk Rider. A single swing got in there. Ooh, there's a poison. Oh, not a poison, sorry. That's a graveyard. Bowler control in the building. Oh, is this gonna be trouble for Bobtherock? Look at this, the very first push, all down to 1233. That's insane. He made a small mistake though. He should retarget the he should have retargeted the muskie. That's why the oops, but still he has done way more damage. He has 400 a little bit more than 400 HP advantage. So he's doing pretty good. Perfect start for Surgical. Well, it could have gone better, of course. But he's doing very, very nice. He probably needs to cycle his Ice Spirit. He's sacrificing his archers. I don't think that was a smart move because now he can zap it. And there you go. Out of nowhere, positive elixir trade. Oh, big mistake by Bob. I was also talking to Surgical about this deck, the bowler controller one, and it's very difficult to be stopped. But he thinks the best way to stop a bowler controller is a zap bait deck, which we have seen from Bob. But unfortunately, he played the same deck. And because he queued up the battle so fast, Surgical knew that what he was gonna get into, and the tower is down. So I didn't even notice, didn't even mention that. But damn, bro, that's so powerful. It's so difficult to stop a graveyard. I'm very curious what the next nerf is gonna be, because everybody who's playing graveyard freeze. If you don't time it right, if you don't have like minions or stab goblins, your tower will vaporize into the ground. You will not see anything. If you blink twice, it's gone. So now we have 60 more seconds, double elixir time. That's probably going to be in the advantage of Bobtherock because he has a 4.3 elixir deck, if I'm not mistaken. But the bowler on the right side doesn't even get any attention, but he will get some damage in. So there you go. The bowler on the top still keeps on going, but the most intense spot to go and watch is the bottom left, because Surgical, his left tower is under attack. I'm not really sure if this is gonna work though, because it's such a slow-paced deck, and Bob knows it. It's so hard to deal with a defensive bowler controller. Bowler will completely shut down all ground troops, so it's so hard to deal with that. And Surgical knows what he has to do. He's just gonna send in slow-paced stuff. Bowler will completely shut this down. But can Bob set up one more big push? Is this Inferno Tower gonna die before it? There's your prediction fireball. But he has another Inferno Tower down, so this is not gonna work. It looks like we have our very, very first finalist of King of the Hill, and he goes by the name of Surgical Goblin. Congratulations, my dude. Very, very impressive gameplay. That's incredible, incredible. So good game, well played. Of course, Bobtherock, you also did very impressive, man. You did, it's pretty difficult to make this happen, because there's a lot of pros who tried Surgical Goblin and nobody came close to a victory, and you actually came very close. So good game, well played to Bobtherock. Very, very nice, guys. I really like it. Also, I was talking to Surgical after the battle about his future. And of course, he told me he is gonna practice a lot, and I asked him about those possible new tournaments, and he is of course gonna focus on that Paris one, the ESWC, and he's gonna stream in 2017, and he's already doing YouTube, and I think you guys already seen his channel. But if you guys didn't, I will link that in the description below, and the same goes for his Twitter account. And Bob, of course, I will shout you out as well. So there you go, guys. First King of the Hill ever, at least the finals. I hope you guys really like it. If you liked it, then please smack the hell out of that like button, guys. shows me that I need to keep on going with this high level gameplay. I really do like it. That's why I want to pay 10 euros for every win the finalist gets. In this case, it's Surgical. So, hope to see you guys in the next video, or maybe in the next stream. Peace out, boys. If you like this video, why don't you just BM the hell out of that like button? And if you want to see more of this content, just subscribe, guys. It's 100% free and you will not regret it. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next video.